This year, LG dropped not one, but two OLED giants into the ring. On one side, the stylish and upgraded LG C5, on the other, the battle-hardened flagship from last year, the LG G4. But here's the kicker. One of them is cheaper and may even look better. So which one truly delivers the ultimate OLED experience in 2025? Today, we're breaking it all down. Design, performance, features, gaming, sound, and of course, value for your money. Buckle up, because this is not just a comparison, it's a showdown. At first glance, these two LG OLEDs may seem nearly identical, but there are subtle design choices that make a difference depending on your setup preferences. The LG G4 continues with the ultra-minimalist gallery design, crafted to mount flush against the wall. It's a sleek, artful look that transforms your TV into a picture frame. In 2024, LG also added a pedestal stand option for the 55 and 65-inch models, making it a bit more flexible for users not keen on wall mounting. Meanwhile, the LG C5 takes a slightly different approach. It maintains an incredibly slim profile but expands at the center to house internal components. This makes it not as seamless on a wall but ideal for traditional TV setups. It also ships with LG's newly updated Magic Remote, which is slimmer and cleaner in design, though both TVs still offer the same signature motion-controlled navigation. In short, if you prefer a wall-mounted gallery-style aesthetic, the G4 shines. But for a more conventional setup with a modern touch, the C5 has its own appeal. When it comes to raw visual performance, both the LG C5 and G4 deliver stunning OLED quality, but there are important differences worth highlighting. The LG C5 makes big strides this year, closing the gap with its more premium sibling. It offers excellent SDR brightness, deep contrast, and out-of-the-box color accuracy in filmmaker mode. Even in moderately lit rooms, the C5 provides a bright, punchy image with rich, natural color reproduction. LG has also improved its color volume, meaning the C5 displays more shades and intensity across the color spectrum, bringing lifelike realism to everyday content. However, HDR performance is where the G4 takes the lead. Equipped with LG's second-generation micro-lens array technology and Brightness Booster Max, the G4 can push peak brightness levels far beyond the C5, especially in small, impactful highlights like sparks, sunlight reflections, or glowing effects in games. These punchy highlights add dramatic depth and realism to 4K HDR movies, shows, and action sequences. The G4 also handles motion exceptionally well with LG's cinematic movement feature, which smooths 24 frames per second content without introducing unwanted soap opera effects. And with its more advanced AI Picture Pro upscaling and dynamic tone mapping, the G4 breathes new life into older or non-4K content. That said, it's worth noting a past issue with Dolby Vision streaming performance on the G4, which showed some inconsistencies in black levels and compression artifacts. LG addressed this with a firmware update, but it's something to keep an eye on if you stream Dolby Vision content frequently. Overall, both TVs offer breathtaking image quality, but if you're after the absolute best HDR performance and cinematic depth, the G4 clearly has the edge. Both the C5 and G4 are powered by LG's WebOS platform and support all the major streaming services: Netflix, Disney+, Apple TV, and more. The C5 runs the newer WebOS 25, which includes added AI features like user recognition, content suggestions, and even an onboard AI chatbot for troubleshooting and voice-based picture tuning. Still, most of these enhancements are more nice to have than essential. The G4 currently runs on WebOS 24, but LG has promised an update in the near future. Still, not all of the C5's newer software tools are guaranteed to trickle down. In real-world use, there's no meaningful software gap between the two. When it comes to gaming, these two are evenly matched and among the best OLEDs available. You get full HDMI 2.1 support across all 4 ports, allowing for 4K at 120Hz and even 140Hz on both, except the smaller sizes. AMD FreeSync Premium, NVIDIA G-Sync, VRR, and ALLM are all on board, delivering ultra-smooth gameplay with no screen tearing or input lag. So whether you're console gaming or connecting a high-end PC, both the G4 and C5 will absolutely keep up. When it comes to sound, both the LG C5 and G4 fall a bit short of delivering the same wow factor you get from their picture quality. The G4 features a 4.2 channel 60-watt audio system with Dolby Atmos support, promising a spacious, immersive sound experience. On paper, that's impressive, but in practice, it still leaves something to be desired. While voices are clear and there's decent separation, the soundstage lacks the punch and dynamic range needed for a truly cinematic experience. Bass is underwhelming, and the overall depth and clarity can feel flat during action-heavy scenes. The C5 performs similarly. Even with AI Sound Pro enhancements that attempt to elevate audio clarity and balance, the built-in speakers can't match the immersive potential of the display. It's more than serviceable for casual watching, but for movie nights or gaming sessions, the lack of impactful bass and surround feel becomes noticeable. In both cases, if you're investing in either of these TVs for premium content consumption, adding a quality soundbar or speaker system is highly recommended. These OLEDs look incredible, but they deserve an audio setup that matches their visual excellence. Here's where things get interesting. The LG G4 was once LG's flagship OLED, and while the G5 has taken that crown, the G4 is still a powerhouse. Thanks to price drops, you can now get a 65-inch LG G4 for around $2,299, which is a serious deal for a TV of this caliber. Meanwhile, the LG C5, as the newer model, is retailing for around $2,499 for the same 65-inch size. You're paying a premium for the latest software, newer remote, and slightly refined design. Both TVs are available in sizes ranging from 55 to 83 inches, but keep in mind, the 48-inch and 97-inch versions of the G4 lack the flagship panel technology seen in the core sizes, so if you want the full performance, stick with 55 to 83 inches. Bottom line? If you want flagship OLED performance without breaking the bank, the G4 offers incredible value. But if you're set on having the latest software and a more modern remote, the C5 still delivers in spades. The LG G4 is the winner here. With better HDR brightness, the same high-end features, and now a significantly lower price, it offers more for less. The C5 is still a superb TV. It modernizes the design slightly and includes the latest software bells and whistles. But for those who prioritize picture quality and savings, the G4 is the smarter pick. Unless you're specifically drawn to the C5's updated design or new remote, the G4 stands out as the more premium and practical choice. Both the LG C5 and the G4 are phenomenal OLED TVs, but for very different reasons. If you're after peak brightness and that flagship picture punch, the G4 still wears the crown, especially now that its price has dropped. But if you want the latest software, sleeker remote, and stunning all-around performance, the C5 is a rock-solid upgrade. Either way, you can't go wrong. Let us know in the comments which one you're leaning toward, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the bell for more tech breakdowns like this. Until next time, keep your screens sharp and your standards high.